Hello, hello, we have another beauty class coming at you. I am going to use Addiction Palette 6 again. In my previous video, I did an Addiction Palette 6, but I used the kind of brown. So today we're going to jazz it up with a little bit of color. I promise you it will look beautiful, and don't be scared of color. So first things first, I'm going to grab my eye primer. You need the smallest amount. This eye primer will last you a lifetime. You just need literally a dot, and then you just rub it all over your eye. So what eye primer is going to do is it's going to make it very tacky, so your eyeshadow is going to stick to it, so you're going to get absolutely zero creasing. So if you're somebody like myself that has more of a hooded eye and you find that your shadow creases throughout the day, then snag yourself up some eye primer, because the eye primer will 100% stop that from happening. It is wonderful. I love it. It also really kind of diminishes the lines it diminishes the look of your veins. So if you have really, really thin eyes like I do, really thin eyelids like I do, it really blurs out the fine line, or the bluey veins is what I'm trying to say. Giving you a really, really uniform look to start with. So you just apply it, let it sit for a little while and do its job, and then you can start your makeup. So like I said, today I am using Addiction Palette 6. So I am going to use the light brown as my transition color, because it works wonderful for a transition color. And then I'm going to go with the sparkle all over my lid, and then I'm going to deepen the outer corner. With this one, I most likely will throw this into my brow just to highlight. I find that when I put a silver on my lid, that I like to highlight with something lighter and more neutral and not a shimmer on there. I am going to be using all my favorite brushes, both my fluffy crease brush and my blending brush, as well as just a regular flat brush to do my sparkle. These brushes are life and literally everything that you need. So I'm going to start with my fluffy crease brush with that light brown shade. So I literally just pick it up onto my brush, and then I am going to start by applying inwards. When you apply in the inward fashion, you're going to find that you get less fallout than you would if you applied this way. Also too, it's just because you usually tend to want a little bit more of your color on your outer edge than your inner edge. So starting on the outer edge, you get a little bit more color there, and then you just blend in. So just blend it in. It doesn't need to be perfect because you're going to layer it. So I've talked to you guys before, I think in the last beauty class, about doing eyeshadow. Eyeshadow is 100% layering. So if you were trying to get a really pretty, colorful look, it's all in the blending and the layering. So always start with a really nice neutral matte shade into your crease. That's always, always, always your first step, no matter what. Never ever do a transition color in anything other than a matte or satin. You don't ever want to do a transition color with a shimmer or metallic. It don't work. So then I am just blending it. I'm not going too high up into my brow bone. I am just blending it right into the transition, and then we will go from there. You can, at this stage, if you want to, take on another clean brush and then just blend on the edges up here. This is called diffusing the color. So if you want to do that, you can go ahead and do that. It just really makes it very soft and very natural. It's important when you are doing this that you do it with a clean brush, and that's just going to help bring the color, make it, like I said, more natural, and then it's going to bring the color just a little bit up. You don't have to do that. That's just a step. So now I'm going to do that shade, but I'm going to wet my brush like I always do. Whenever I'm using metallic or shimmer, I always want my brush to really super pigmented. I choose to wet my brush with the setting spray, but you can wet it with water, whatever you want to do. And then just literally pick up the product onto that wet brush and then pat it on. So when you pat it on, you literally just pat it and lay it all into place. This color is so perfect. And I'm wearing more of a goldy earth kind of tone green army shirt with some gold jewelry. So this color is going to look especially pretty. So I just put it all over my lid. I don't really concentrate too much on the outer edge because I am going to darken it with that other color. So I don't really put too much on there. Now I'm just picking up some product for my other eye. So you can do this exact same look. If you're not somebody that prefers to not wear any shimmer shadow, you can do this exact same look with all mattes. So what you would do is you could either switch the roles. So you could either take something like this and put it all over the lid, still with your same transition color, put this all over the lid and then darken with this one, or you can darken with the dark brown, and you will still kind of get the same variance between. I just like to add a little bit of pop color. Always too, so after you wet your brush like that, always make sure that you clean it off. So either get a color switch like this. I do have some available for sale now. So either get a color switch like this or just do it on the back of your wrist, whatever. You just don't want your brush to dry in that slanted space. Okay, so now we're gonna go into this blazing, I love this color. I'm gonna use my fluffy crease brush just because it blends really well as I'm doing it. And a little bit goes a long way with this color. So just start and blend. If you feel like you need a little bit more, then get a little bit more. Less is always more, and it's always a lot easier to build the color than to try and erase the color. So then I take it into my, I'm gonna get a little bit closer. I take it into my corner. I go a little smidgen into my crease and then down a little bit onto my lower lash line. And it just creates a really, really pretty variance between the and then just take your blending brush, blend away. Lots of times too, when you are needing to kind of blend in a smaller area, I'll usually just clean off my fluffy crease brush and just blend with this, just because it's a little bit easier to blend in those smaller areas with your fluffy crease brush. Isn't that pretty though? Like, it gives you just a little bit of pop of color without being too crazy. Just gonna diffuse those edges again. There we go. So then I'm going to take a really flat brush. I think I'm going to take this. This is just my crease brush. And then I'm going to take that white color and I am going to just smush it into my upper brow here. And it's going to help sculpt out my brow when my brows are done. And it just helps pick them up. It doesn't have any, you're not adding any more shimmer to the look because you've got the shimmer on the lid, but then you still have that, it's still light and it just still has a highlight. You can go ahead if you want and take this color. I'm getting another brush, I know. You know what, actually I'm just gonna use this one. Take this shimmer color and then you can just drag a little bit into the inner corner. That's always, it just lightens it up a little bit. If you find that it's too dark, you can just drag it on a little bit further and it really, really lightens it up. But that's it. I will go finish off this look with some, I'm actually going to take, while we're here, I'm going to take that dark brown color with my angled brush and I'm going to smudge some into my lower lash line because it'll act like eyeliner. Deepen and darken that lower lash line. And there you go. I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of mascara and we will be good to go. But here is just another amazing look you can create with your Addiction Palette 6. I tell you, it is the most versatile palette that you will ever own. Going from being a really bold in your face look to being something super light and airy with the browns, to using it to fill in your brows, to using it as blush. You can use it on your face, your eyes, your lips, whatever. So it is definitely a palette that you want to snag into your beauty bag. But that's it. Class dismissed. I'm sure I will see you again sometime soon.